And Phelicia,
Yeah.
use that wireless mic right there so people
okay.
can hear you to play through my system.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, DJ Dave. And he's for hire. He's one of the best DJs around. So if y'all ever need a DJ, DJ Dave from Premier DJ Services. And wait a minute, the brother do contracts and stuff. When I first hired him years ago, I'm like, you got a contract? Ooh, okay. It's a nice contract too. So one of the things for all you folks over there to my left, to all the folks over there to my left having your own party, is that one of the reasons why we are here and across the street is because of Black City workers and how Black City and county workers have been treated. And so we're going to come up and talk a little bit about Black City workers. We're the lowest paid, we're the first fired, we have the longest probation, we have the longest hourly wage, we're not in classifications, we only have 2 classifications, the rest are exempt, right? They're not civil service employees. You may come up in the city hall every day, but you ain't a civil service employee, being Black up in here. And so we are treated really bad. And 3 years ago, we brought this attention to the city and county of San Francisco. And here it is 3 years later, there's still no justice for Black city and county workers. And we want that to change. And so we're going to bring up Miss Madeline McMillan. Madeline, did I say it right? Thank you, Miss Phelicia. I want to thank Phelicia for all the work that she has done for all Black workers, city residents in San Francisco. So I'd just like to take a few words as a city employee. Today is June 17, 2021, and we as city workers are still fighting for the rights of all Black city and county workers. We came to City Hall in 2018 on Juneteenth. And from that hearing, it was a large hearing, and from that hearing we have only had 2 Board of Supervisors meetings. And nothing has happened as of yet for Black city and county workers. We need to hold all city leaders accountable for the abuse that they have put upon city workers, to hold the 54 departments here in San Francisco accountable. San Francisco is well known that if you are Black, you will be treated with a different standard. We are the last to get promoted, the least to get hired, regardless of our qualifications and our experiences. Today, once again, we are demanding Black privilege for city and county workers. I am Black and I matter. Thank you.
Hello, carrying on with the theme of Black city and county workers. My name is Jean Bridges, and I'm a representative of the core team of Wealth and Disparities in the Black community, founded by Phelicia Jones. Phelicia has fought for justice for Black people all of her adult life. In 2012, Phelicia founded Wealth and Disparities in the Black community, which since 2015, and the execution of Mario Woods by San Francisco Police Department has focused specifically on anti-Black racist policing in San Francisco. Phelicia also, as she mentioned, works for the Sheriff's Department, running highly successful programs that help incarcerated and post-incarcerated populations change their and their families' lives. But despite Phelicia's brilliant work, she faces ongoing discrimination, hostility, corruption, and retaliation at the Sheriff's Department. Anti-Black racism in the city and county departments is rampant. San Francisco made national news recently due to Black city and county workers filing a discrimination complaint against the city. Phelicia faces this as well as additional harassment for her activism in the face of San Francisco's deeply racist law enforcement practices. San Francisco ranks in the top 5 worst largest U.S. cities for anti-Black policing. A Black San Franciscan is more than 10 times as likely as a white San Franciscan to be arrested or have force used on them. Because Phelicia continues to call out these uncomfortable truths, she faces ongoing microaggressions, harassment, and hostility, and it must stop. This photo is of Felicia's workspace, which was physically barricaded off by a Sheriff's Department captain, Captain Adams, overnight. This was supported by Senior Deputy Davis, with the undersheriff being aware as well as all of his subordinate staff. Felicia's things were gone through and moved. The barricade stayed up for 3 months, despite vocal objections by Phelicia. However, it was immediately removed upon hearing that city supervisors Walton and Haney were coming to visit Phelicia to discuss the ongoing targeting of Black city workers. Yeah, Black San Franciscans have been pushed out by discriminatory employment practices, gentrification, violent racist law enforcement, and more. San Francisco now has one of the lowest Black populations of any major U.S. city, going from over 12% to under 5% in the past several years. When Black San Franciscans fight for what's right, as Phelicia Jones has, there is little support and plenty of retaliation. The harassment is more than a personal issue. It's corruption and an abuse of authority. It's targeting an advocate for justice in our city. And it is known by the highest ranks down, from Sheriff Miyamoto on down. All have been made aware and none has done anything to stop this. The retaliatory racist harassment by the Sheriff's Department against Phelicia must cease. What we are asking, we the people, what we are demanding of the Sheriff's Department and the City and County of San Francisco is that this campaign targeting Phelicia Jones stops now for good. And we are giving you notice that our eyes are on you and will remain on you. Law enforcement in San Francisco seems to have forgotten that they are public servants, but we have not. We the people demand this cease immediately. Thank you.
I want to introduce someone that's standing with the Officer for Justice, fighting for Black women and Black people within the SFPD every day with a strong voice, saying loudly, risking her job every day for our people, Yolanda Williams. Excuse me, Captain Yolanda Williams.
Hello there. It is time for reckoning for our past. Race lighting has existed within the San Francisco Police Department since the first time our officers entered in the 1940s. I'm here to tell you that the San Francisco Police Department used to say, when they took police reports back in the 40s, that Black people's eyes were maroon. Now, how many people have ever seen somebody with some maroon eyes? Now, I want to say also that as a Black officer, I and many of our other Black officers have experienced systemic racism. The San Francisco Police Department wants to sugarcoat it and call it bias. Damn it, it's racism. The racism has created a complete divide internally within the San Francisco Police Department. And I'm here to tell you, as Black officers, we're the first ones to be disciplined. We're disciplined more severely. And believe it or not, on a force of 2,200 people, there are less than 210 Black police officers. Shame on you, San Francisco. And what's your excuse? You tell me you can't find any Black person capable of being a police officer, but you can find a 21-year-old white male or white female to be a police officer, yet it's tell you I am a whistleblower, and I am going to continue to be a whistleblower. Yeah, I'm here today on a cane, but I'm telling you, San Francisco just purchased me 2 new knees, and I'm going to use these legs, and I'm going to whip them into shape. I'm going to tell you something else. The revolution is not going to be televised. All of you are going to be part of this revolution. I want to say to you today, I'm speaking for power to the people. And I want to hear all of you say, power to the people! Power to the people! Power to the people! And you got to remember one other thing. Don't accept any wooden nickels. Don't accept any excuses. When Wednesday nights come, you need to be on the San Francisco Police Commission calls. You need to hold your police officers accountable. Accountability also needs to go up, not just down. And we know that mistakes are being made all over. We're seeing it on TV all the time. And what's the excuse? They have immunity. You cannot go after a police officer if they do something during their tour of duty. Well, I'm telling you today, we talking about reform? I got a new one for you. This reform is make your police officers have to have a bond. Why should your city pay for every one of their damn mistakes? Again, I thank you for this time, and as I always say, power to the people, and when you get a chance, read this book. How to be safe when you're encountering a police officer. It's a shame we have to tell you that. And also, the manifesto, black and blue. They asked me to choose, and guess what I choose? I choose black over blue. Thank you.
I don't know how they got qualified immunity when they're not qualified.
I want to introduce, this woman is powerful right here. Let me tell you, what she doing with our youth, she getting them all to college. Scholarships, tours to black colleges, 100%. College prep, Diane Gray.
Hey, black child, know that you can be whatever you want to be. Just try. Hey, black child, where are you going? Like, really? Where are you going? We can help you get there. Your community can help you get there. Hey, black child, do you know you are strong? I mean, really strong. I stand here before you today, not talking about statistics around our young people and they're not achieving and all of that. I tell you right now, 30 of our students got over $1 million worth of scholarships and awards to go off to college. I stand before you in my feelings about so many black childs. I'd like to introduce something, an idea, the Black Education Fund. Take 10 seconds. I want you to imagine a Black Education Fund. What does that look like? What could it be? A freedom school like the one created by SNCC, Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, back in 1964? Could it be a high school Black Teachers Academy that creates a pipeline of Black teachers like the Center for Black Educator Development in Philly? Could it be a junior curator program that not only teaches and studies Black art and literature, but embodies a STEAM curriculum? Hey, Black child, what about an academic program with a focus on you and how you learn? Education is the most powerful weapon we can choose to change the world. Nelson Mandela. Imagine, no, let's create a Black education fund for our young people. This is Diane Gray, 100% college prep, a native of San Francisco, a native of Bayview, Hunters Point community. Think about the Black Education Fund. Thank you.
At this time, I would like to introduce Latoya Pitcher, and with her you will hear the voices of our youth coming behind her. Thank you. Latoya Pitcher.
Thank you, Ms. Westry. Good afternoon, everyone. As she said, my name is Latoya Pitcher. I was born and raised here in San Francisco. I am the mother of 3 beautiful, brilliant, amazing Black children. And it is with grace that I stand before you today. Free in mind, free in body, and free in heart. It is with gratitude that I stand on our ancestors' shoulders, and through education, I and my children can access the knowledge and power in the books of the libraries of Timbuktu, to the books in the libraries and colleges, universities, and HBCUs. Our family has been blessed to attend some of the best schools in San Francisco, public and private. And some good experiences in both schools. Most specifically, we're at the district level and the school site level in SFUSD. I have seen educators and administrators work tirelessly in the best interest of Black babies, all babies, but especially in the best interest of Black babies. However, unfortunately, I've also observed some educators and administrators that have physically and emotionally harmed our babies, and then dehumanize them to justify their behavior, not the kids' behavior, but the adults' behavior. I've spoken out at board meetings and other spaces to bring awareness and hopefully encourage intentional and culturally respectful responses to the requests and recommendations of Black students and Black families with regards to education. But I can't do this alone. It takes us to help us. We are the experts in us. We know what we need, we know how to do it. We need to come together like we do when our little brother and sister ran in the house and said somebody took their lunch money. We need to come together like that for these babies and crawl up in them board meetings like that. It is by grace that I am positioned to fight this fight in the trenches with phenomenal groups like the African American Parent Advisory Council and other aligned parent advisory groups, various faith-based and community-based organizations and equity task forces. I need parents, aunties, uncles, big mamas. Do we still have big mamas, or are they just grandmas and grannies? Big mamas, I need paw, everybody to come out and support this effort. Because see, today it's me and her and him. But see, tomorrow it's the babies. And that's what I'm here to do today, is to introduce 2 amazing, brilliant, bright young people who are leading today and will continue to lead in the future. It is with great pleasure and admiration that I introduce Malia Colyer, a recent 5th grade graduate from Rosa Parks, an 11-year-old restorative practice practitioner. See, she's so hot they call the ambulance. Malia was experiencing bullying at her school by other kids and by teachers, and she noticed other kids were experiencing it. And what Malia did was she formed a group called Black Girl Magic. And she noticed when they traveled in groups of 2s and 3s that they were safe. She is a restorative practice practitioner. She's also a triple threat. She's a dancer with Feline Finesse Dance Program located in the Bayview. And she is an artist and an entrepreneur with her own store on Etsy selling art, where a percentage of her proceeds goes towards seed money for the Black Girl Magic Club to be started at other elementary schools. Please put your hands together and welcome Malia Colyer.
Hi, my name is Malia Colyer and I'm 11 years old. I started my club, Black Girls Art Magic, when I was around 9 years old. I started this club because I felt like there wasn't enough cultural representation in my school. I also started the club because I wasn't even allowed to sit with my black friends at lunch. They used to say, "Go sit at your own table, Leah." At this club, we talked about the racism at school and how we could handle it. We also talked about the teachers who we felt didn't like us just because we were black. We got together and we made a change. We had obstacles. We weren't supported by our school at all. My mom, she used to bring us pizza so we can talk and stuff, and we even came up with our own phrase. We should be the last ones to hurt each other. I didn't know how much I needed representation of my own people at school until I started this club. Thank you for listening.
Black Girl Magic. We got another special treat for you. Hailing all the way from Fillmore, San Francisco, California, Jyahr Simon.
Yeah, my boy.
Born and raised here, just graduated from Rosa Parks with Malia. He loves sports, cooking, gaming, and seafood like clam chowder and crab. And when he grows up, he wants to be a businessman first, with a gaming business and a well-known basketball player. It is with great pleasure that I introduce to you Mr. Jyahr Simon.
You don't gotta push no buttons, you just gotta speak into the mic, young man.
Okay.
Papa, step out here, son. Step out this time.
Okay. Hi, my name is Jyahr Simon, and I'm 11 years old. This poem is called Our Lives Matter. Can we please raise our fists and get a moment of silence for Black lives? Thank you. Me being black is not a threat. I should be worried about school and sports, not death. If only bullets can kill racism and poverty. If you think we live in the land of the free, you should be black like me. Black lives are a mystery. We don't even know our own history. Racists call passion anger. Do I have to get angry? Black lives matter.
Yes.
Or should I cry for those who died? My life matters. Do I exist to turn pain into culture? Want to grow natural swag, hair, body, but not breath? Vultures. Should I never speak up, stay cool, follow slavery rules? Or get warm enough to be a KKK appetizer? I could be going for food, and now I'm a nugget of flesh dipped in blood. I could be at the store, right? having stolen a day of my life, get snatched up by my hoodie, being read my rights. Dr. King had a dream, but this is my reality. I yell I can't breathe while police are choking our brothers. They yell I can't breathe wearing a mask in public. Racists fine with a knee on black men's neck. But outraged from the kneel of Kaepernick. So I pledge to speak up and speak out. My allegiance is to boys and girls who get judged as if their skin is a crime. Police brutality. Justice for who? Not my kind, not humankind. When I see the police, honestly, I hide. Will this just be a poem? After this, you guys will go home. What will you do to stop the hate? So. I graduated from the 5th grade. I should celebrate. What do I want to be when I grow up? I hear the whispers and I see what's televised. I just want to be alive. When you look at me, wait, no. When you look at us, don't say you're colorblind, because then you will never see me. Because I'm black. How many more years until there's equality? Judge me of my character? What about what's within? We have been hurt for years. Give us time to heal what has been. So my second question to you is, why can't all lives matter? Thank you.
Fifth grade, y'all.
Thank you, Mom.
Fifth graders shouldn't even have to have those kinds of
11 years old!
Yeah.
11 years old!
Okay, before I go, I want everyone to say Black Lives Matter on my count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Black Lives Matter!
Tell them about your farm. Tell them about your farm.
Wait, what?
Your lemonade stand.
He'd be making money in a day if he had his lemonade stand set.
Praise the Lord. This is my son. I'm Reverend Gray with the Black History of the New Generation. My son is starting a lemonade stand this summer, and he had these poems laminated. So he wanted to sell them to anybody that be interested in receiving his poem. All right, so raise your hand if you would like to get one of his poems to help him, support him with his lemonade stand. Because, man, he's going to be on a bike. He's making a bike. He's going to ride around with the bike. It's ices. It's actually lemonade ices. It's about 4 different flavors, yeah. All over it. All over it. He's going to roll. He's going to roll. So the poem, he's asking for $30 for his poem. All right? And if you have a Sharpie, he could probably sign it as well. All right? Thank you very much.